So in this video I'll be explaining carburetors. Now carburetors are used as a method to mix the air and the fuel together before sending it to the engine. So what happens is you'll have this carburetor and sometimes it'll be mounted like directly on top of your engine and you'll have air flowing down through it, and then here's going to be your throttle. So when you press on the gas it'll be closed, and when you press on the gas, if you floored it, this is what it would look like. So you'll have the air flowing in, and then you're going to have this venturi where the amount of space that the air has to flow in gets smaller, so its velocity increases. And as its velocity increases, its pressure drops based on the Bernoulli principle. So you're going to have this fuel here, and it's going to have a little capillary tube that goes out here, so it's going to have the same pressure as the outside pressure, so just atmospheric. And then you're going to have fuel inside of this little box right here. And as the pressure drops within this venturi, the fuel is going to flow through this tube here and then spray out into here. Now this is going to be a very small tube, so just tiny little droplets are going to come out, and then depending on how much throttle you have, more air will be flowing and the pressure will decrease even more, or less air will be flowing and the pressure will be less, and so you'll have a differing amount of fuel coming out. Now how this little reserve box works is this reservoir is you're going to have a float inside, and then there's going to be fuel, and as the fuel increases the float will go up and it'll hold down this incoming fuel, and as it goes down it's got a little pivot point here and it'll open up and it'll allow more fuel to flow in. So this is going to be your fuel intake. Okay, so then there's several components of it also that are useful to understand. You've got a choke, which is used for cold starts. So what will happen is you will close the choke completely, and then when you have your intake and your cylinder goes down for the intake stroke, it's going to create a vacuum in here. So that vacuum is going to create a large pressure decrease between here and here. So it's going to pull out a lot of fuel. It's going to be a very rich mixture. It's going to be more than an ideal stoichiometric balance of fuel to air, but the problem is with cold start you're not going to have much fuel vaporizing, so you need to have more fuel vapors, and in order to do that you just need to have more overall fuel. So you'll close the choke for the first couple strokes of the engine, and then it'll be fine, it'll warm up. And then here you just have an idle speed adjustment so that when you're not on the gas and this throttle plate closes, it leaves a little gap so that air can flow past. So finally, some carburetors will use a second venturi, and that'll be a little cone that you place in right here, as I've drawn here, and so that'll further increase the pressure difference between this top part here, like where you have the air coming in, and the pressure inside of this little cone right here. So this will be a cone all the way around this capillary tube, and the pressure will increase, so you'll have more fuel coming out, you can have a greater differential, and you can control the fuel flow much better.